I also want to point out another common mistakes, which is actually what I call as imperfect info. Now, some of you actually mentioned imperfect information in your answer, which is good, but your understanding of imperfect info, just to make sure everyone is on the same page. Now, the difference between imperfect info and negative externality is that for imperfect info, we are looking at on the consumers directly. So we are talking about the whole underestimation of the true cost of consumption of consuming these fizzy drinks on themselves. All right, so it's on themselves, not so much on the third parties. Now, this underestimation comes about because all of the human beings here, including me and you, have this biasness, right? So things that are very recent, things that will happen immediately, we will have a very good memory of it. But if things that happen in the future, and that will, like for example, diabetes, you don't drink, you don't get diabetes just from drinking one coke today, right? So you may get it further down the road, and that is the problem why people tend to underestimate risk of these kind of bad living habits or bad eating habits, because the negative impact on their own health only comes about in the later part of the future. And therefore, there is this biasness that causes human being to really underestimate all these costs, and therefore it may affect their decision making. So when you are drawing a diagram to show the whole imperfect information, I want you to be very mindful that you shouldn't be looking at social costs. Okay, by the way, there's a little typo over here. I'm just very quickly going to, okay, so it's a, okay, all right. So basically, I shouldn't be seeing the word social in this whole diagram, because everything is on you and you alone as a consumer. So the only divergence is between the perceived private cost as well as the true private cost. So the word that I should be looking at is a perceived private cost versus a true private cost. And that difference is the result of imperfect information. Okay, so when we are drawing an imperfect information diagram, please just note there shouldn't be any mention of the word social or externalities. Okay.